To use this stuff called SUGRU, and it comes in different colors. And that's the package it comes in. 3 things I used SUGRU on the car for that worked really well. Number 1 was when I did the horn bypass on the Roadmaster and put the buttons on the steering wheel. They weren't able to seat entirely, so they were protruding out and they'd work their way out eventually. So I used SUGRU to clean it up and keep them from coming out, and that did a really good job. This button I didn't get in very good angle at all, so I had to use more SUGRU, and it doesn't look pretty, but it does the job. I don't care how it looks. Second thing is the rear view mirror. The metal plate fell off. When it was glued back on, and I double checked it was glued on correctly, but for whatever reason when I slid the rear view mirror back on, it wouldn't seat firmly, and so it would wiggle really bad at the mount. So I used SUGRU, again, not pretty, but it did the job. Prior to that I was like trying to shove wadded up paper in there to keep it from moving, but that didn't work and it'd fall off. Great job, keeps the mirror nice and stiff. The third thing I found SUGRU to be good for was with this dash cam. It's a great dash cam, but the one big complaint everybody has is the suction cup tends to fall off the windshield quite often, which is incredibly annoying because it does feel like, it has a lockdown. Feels like it goes on pretty good, but for whatever reason, the material or something that they made it out of causes it to fall off. So I took some black SUGRU putty, slapped it on the suction cup part, stuck it to the glass. Of course, that didn't work, obviously. It did leave behind a residue that I did not clean off, and for whatever reason, that residue on there causes the suction cup to stick really well, and it rarely falls off now. So kind of an off-topic use for it, because there's just a little bit of residue and not an actual bit of putty. But that was my big surprise. I was pleasantly surprised that worked.